This is a big week for President Obama and the economy. NBC's Savannah Guthrie is at the White House this morning. Savannah, good morning.
Good morning, David. The president returns to the White House from Chicago today, but then gets right back out on the road. On Tuesday, he'll sign his economic recovery plan from Denver. Wednesday, unveil a housing plan in Phoenix. And Thursday, take his first foreign trip to Canada.
Spending the long weekend in Chicago, the president and first lady stepped out for a Saturday night Valentine's dinner. The president's plate is full as he returns to work this week. On Tuesday, he'll travel to Denver to sign his economic stimulus package, even as aides emphasize the recovery will be slow.
I think it's safe to say that things have not yet bottomed out. They're probably going to get worse before they improve. But this is a big step forward toward making that improvement and putting people back to work.
The White House is trumpeting its first big legislative victory, while Republicans continue to complain they were shut out of the process.
Not one Republican was allowed to take part in the process in the House.
That is not the truth.
This bill was not bipartisan. It is incredibly expensive. It has hundreds of billions of dollars in projects which will not yield in jobs.
This week, the president will tackle one of the most stubborn problems of the financial crisis, housing. The administration is expected to commit at least $50 billion in an effort to prevent foreclosures by encouraging lenders to modify mortgages to make them more affordable.
But this is the beginning of a process of consultation.
After Treasury Secretary Timothy Geithner's plan to stabilize the financial system was criticized as being too vague, aides say the president will give more detail.
I think that people will be well satisfied with what he comes up with. But let's be clear. It is a very complex problem, the likes of which we've never seen. We're going to do it thoughtfully.
Some lawmakers fear $50 billion will only scratch the surface.
If, in fact, by the time we've used $50 billion, it turns out we can use more, then I believe the Congress would be responsive.
The president also has to deal with the auto crisis. He's announcing a presidential task force to oversee the restructuring of the industry, not a single car czar as some had expected. Tuesday is the deadline for GM and Chrysler to submit plans to the government on how they plan to become viable and repay those billions in loans, David.
Savannah Guthrie at the White House this morning. Savannah, thanks.